3, go.
Welcome everyone, welcome. God, there's so many team names to announce. I didn't even write all of our team names, but welcome everyone to our Wednesday night team calls, which it's new. This is our first week of all of us together. A couple directors have gotten together and hopefully have invited all their teams, and hopefully they're on here. But we have some amazing things planned for everyone until the end of this year on our training calls. They're all scheduled, have topics, have different leaders in our Scentsy group that will be leading the call. So you're not only going to just hear from myself, which is, my name's Lucy Lovato. I am Star Director of Team No Limit. And so you won't just hear from myself and from Jessica Villareal. You're going to also hear from our other awesome directors in our group. So again, we have those calls scheduled. I just wanted to go over little announcements as far as calls. If you are lead and above, we are having our leadership calls the first Monday of every month. So if you missed this last Monday's call, it's okay. You could jump on for September's leadership. Just remember, it's the first Monday at 8:30. And we will post it. We will send reminders. We'll create a little event like today. So be on the lookout for that. But go ahead and put it in your calendar every first Monday of the month, 8:30. Another exciting thing that's going to happen, like the first week of the month is like gonna be just live. Of course, we're always excited on the first day because we get to see the sit-in warmer of the month for next month and just all kinds of new goals being set and all this and that. So we are gonna have like 3 calls the first week because it's that Monday call for leading above. On Wednesdays, we have this call, which is our group team call. And then on Thursday, the first Thursday of the month at 8:30, we are having an opportunity night. And we called it moment of opportunity night. And that is going to be open for you to invite any potential new team members, any friends, family, any customers that have been on the fence about joining Scentsy and starting their own Scentsy account. That is the call you want to invite those people to. If you need a little help on maybe closing or sealing the deal on someone you've been working with that you're trying to get her to join your team, invite them to the call. I need some water. Because that is where maybe they'll hear something, they'll connect with someone. You invite them to this call. They're still your people. We're not going to steal them. They will still sign up under you, but they'll hear other leaders in their team stories and just get some information, some good information that may close the deal for you. So invite them to that. We also have those scheduled, and we also have different leaders sharing their stories. Those calls are going to be limited to 20 minutes because we don't want to overwhelm those that are thinking about joining. We don't want to overwhelm them, so we'll stay on schedule on that.
Lucy, what time the opportunity call?
8:30.
8:30. Okay, yeah. Thanks.
Every call that we have, just know they're always at 8:30, just so we won't confuse nobody. So we're working on creating a graphic, and we're gonna make it a banner on our team pages, so that way you could always see it when you go to one of the team pages. You'll see these calls and the dates and the times. There's 2 different numbers, 2 different Zoom numbers, mine and Jessica, so you'll kind of you'll know what call is what number. Any other announcements, Jessica, as far as calls, products? I didn't even look in the news tab. I'm just excited for this new catalog. It is finally here. I will say our group numbers are freaking almost at 30,000 already. We're at $29,445. Like, that's amazing. I'm gonna go over the top 10 in that have the highest PRV so far for the month, and it's what, August the 5th. And I'm just so excited because these numbers are high, and we're kind of gonna go, well, my topic is I'm gonna go over sales and PRV. So I'm excited to see these numbers be where they're at already on these people. And it's not a surprise because they're always the PRV queens in the group. But I wrote them down because I can't understand my own handwriting right there. Please don't be like me and be everywhere when it's your turn to lead the call. I preached about this the other day, and here I am. Hold on, let me find it. I just wrote it. Okay, here I am. Top 10. And I apologize in advance if I pronounce your name wrong. I am so not good with last names. Okay, so I might even just say the first letter of your last name. We have Ashley Strid. She is at $1,452.80. Jessica Villareal is at $1,200. Mackenzie is at $1,178. Barbara Ramirez is at $1,011. Kaylee Munoz is at $895. Myself is at $720. I knew I was gonna get stuck. Miss, what was her name again, Jessica?
Suleika.
I know the name, by the way, but I'm scared to pronounce it. Suleika is at $652. Adriana is at $620. Stephanie Klingzer is at $619. Lindsay Honeycutt is at $612. And those are the top 10 so far in the whole group of Team No Limit. So that's my team, Jessica's team, Marissa's team, Janica's team, Mackenzie's team, Kellen's team, Amanda's team. Those are the top 10. Ashley's team, Tiffany's team, Felicia's team. There's so many directors, amazing. So hopefully I didn't leave any director out, but those are the top 10s in the whole group. I didn't go over recruiting, but I will after Jessica shares her recruiting. So I don't think we have much that have joined this month yet, because we're barely on the 5th, and I know we'll work on that next week. So anything else you want to add to any of that, Jessica, announcements?
No, let me mute everybody because I didn't do that, and then I'm gonna unmute you or
all right,
mute off. Okay.
All right. You want me to go ahead and take over, start the training?
Yeah.
All right. So 1 second. Sorry. I'm over here choking up. All right. So today's call is going to be about the 3 legs of success. I'm going to go over 2 topics, and Jessica's going to go over 2 topics. The 3 legs of success is basically, if you watch Chloe Cox's YouTube channel, you kind of know a little bit about that. But what we're focused on is, so just picture a stool, because I'm not gonna draw it for you or whatever. But picture a stool, and the seat part is self-care. The 3 legs of that stool is sales, which is PRV, sponsoring, and coaching. Today I'm gonna go over self-care. Is gonna be the first one that I'm gonna go over. And so to be a successful Scentsy consultant, focus on building systems for consistency around these 3 legs, the PRV, sponsoring, and the coaching.
Lucy,
but number 1, yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and keep on, but I'm gonna screen share because I have the thing so they can take a picture if they want.
Perfect, amazing. Okay. So as she pulls that screen up, I'll just go keep on. For self-care, guys, it is so important to take care of yourself. Number 1, you probably won't get sick like I did, but if you cannot focus, or if you're sick, you're not going to be able to focus 100%. My screen looks weird. Am I frozen? No? Okay. If you do not take care of yourself, and if you're sick, or just if you do not take care of yourself, you'll get drained out. All these things happen, right? And you're not going to be able to focus 100% on your business, on your family. But number one is you need to take care of yourself. No, we do not see the screen. So kind of throwing me off. So again, self-care is giving the world the best you instead of giving what's left of you. So number one is set business hours for your business and set some boundaries for your team, your customer. Have some business hours created. Number one, it's important because you need to get your family and let them know your work schedule. Get them on a schedule that you work your business from this time to this time. I myself, before the last couple of days, I already had my schedule planned. I would get up at 5 or 6 in the morning, no later than 6, and I would do what I need to do for me while the kids are asleep, as far as alone time, prayer time, getting some cardio in, and getting my coffee alone, affirmation time, reading if I need to read something positive, just getting my mind ready for the day, right? And my kids were sleeping, so when they woke up, I spent time. I cook their meals, do playtime, whatever, bath time, nap time. They nap for 2 to 3 hours. I'm back in my office and working. So that was my schedule every day. So I had that set because I knew that that's when I could work my business, because I'm a stay-at-home mom at the moment. And that was my schedule as far as my hours. Then I work again in the evening when there's more people at home and they could play and do all the things with the kids while I work my business again for a couple of hours. I try to work my business 4 to 5 hours a day, but that's me working it full time. Don't compare yourself to myself. Do what you can do for your schedule and for your business hours. Your team also needs to know that you are not going to be able to be there to answer their question 24/7. Okay. Have a rule. If you have a question, I'll get back to you in 24, I'll answer your question in 24 hours. Because if not, they will be blowing up your phone, and guess what? You're not going to be able to be working on your own business because you're trying to give this person the answer when they could actually go to the workstation and find it, or go to our team page and find it. So have that kind of balanced or that communication with your team members, that it takes 24 hours for me to answer back. Well, if you kind of know the answer right off the back and you're free, okay, answer them. You know what I mean? Like, don't be, we're really not trying to be bees, but we're just trying to get that set and get our schedule set, and so you won't be all over the place. Another thing is, if you do not have business hours set, you will get drained out. You will probably at the end of the week just feel so tired. I've gone through this so many times. I've gone through like, oh my God, my body is telling me take a break. Oh, I'm just like so wore out of Scentsy. I love Scentsy, don't get me wrong, but there's just some days where I just need to take time off. I don't look at my phone for a couple of hours. I won't get on social media and all that, just because I just need a break. And we won't get like that if we learn to set our business hours and set boundaries for ourselves. The other one is exercise and eating healthier, having better choices on your meals. I will say the last 2 months, maybe, me, Jessica, Kim, and Marissa have been like the bestest friends on this. We have a group message created, and every morning we're like pumping each other up. Get your ass up, get going, start your day. I mean, if you follow Kim on Instagram, or if you watch her videos on our team page, sometimes she posts her videos, and just so like you get so inspired, like, let me get up, let me get going. We've meal planned together. We share different ideas of what to eat, what not to eat. I mean, they're teaching me all kinds of things because I don't know how to eat right. I just want to say, and I hope these girls don't get mad, but I'm just so proud of every one of us in that group, because Kim has lost 17 pounds. Jessica has lost 11 pounds. I lost 13 pounds before COVID, and I've gained some back, but we're going to refocus. Marissa lost 7 pounds. Like, in 2 months of us doing this and being consistent every month and getting some cardio in, making sure we have our 10,000 steps. Sometimes Kim be having 20,000 steps. I don't even know how her legs are still on her, but you know, like, if I didn't have these girls pushing me, I would not know what the right foods to eat. I wouldn't be taking care of myself. I probably would have got way sick than what I got this last couple of weeks if I wasn't already getting the vitamins and drinking all the water and doing all the things that I had never took care of myself that way. I thought taking care of myself was meaning go get my nails done and my lashes done. And it really wasn't. It's just health-wise, and oh my God, it made a huge difference in my day. Like, I was just so pumped and ready to be productive instead of laying in bed until 9 o'clock and just dragging. So find you a group of girls in our Scentsy team and do the same. Maybe 1 or 2 or 4 girls and group up and hold each other accountable on eating better and getting some cardio in and getting some steps in. And most of us have Apple Watches. So if you want to put your phone number in our group and we all add each other and we could kind of see how many steps we have, let's do it. Scentsy also has, what's her name? Marla? Is her name Marla?
Marlo.
Marlo, a program for
Wellness.
I don't know what the subject is this catalog season. It's always something different, but go to your workstation and you could register for that. You could be a part of that. So that's also very important. And Scentsy also, in all of our trainings and boot camps that we go to with Scentsy, they preach to us about self-care. They want us to take care of ourselves. Feed your brain with podcasts, trainings. I could tell you that there's nights where I fall asleep with my headphones on, listening to YouTube trainings, listening to podcasts, reading books. Something that I struggled with for my whole 10 years with Scentsy is reading a whole book. But I'm getting better at it. I really am. And I just want to share with a couple books that are good for you to read for your mind, for your business, and to get you going. I will start with the one that I'm reading right now, and I'm seriously reading, and Marissa and Jessica should be very proud of me. This book here is You Can Do Hard Things. It's how to ditch the excuses and achieve your dreams. I will say that she is in another $1 million business, but we're not going to judge her, because a lot of the things that she talks about, we're just still under the same tree. We have goals, we have dreams, we have struggles, and that's basically what this book is about. The author is Sherilyn Akala, and she's actually from Dallas, Texas. I am on chapter 6, and I started last week, so I've been reading a chapter a day.
What?
So I'm really liking that book. The other book that I did read maybe twice, the whole book, is Beach Money. I'm an easy person. I can't spell for crap. And when I read, I'm like, forget what I read. But when something really gets my attention, I'm on it. So Beach Money is an easy read. So if you do not have that book, make sure you go get it. I know he updated like the cover. I have the old school one. So you can find that on Amazon or all the bookstores. Other books to read, Rachel Hollis, any of her books, they're really good. One is by Bob Goff. It's called Love Does. Another one is The Energy Bus by John Gordon. Visioneering by Andy Stanley. And these 3 books were referred from Chloe Cox and her husband. If you follow them again on YouTube, they refer these books, and I love all the things that they do, and I know that these books are good. I have not read them, so I can't really go into detail, but they're on my list to read. So if you're a book reader, there you go. And other things are some podcasts. My favorites are Eric Thomas, Gary Vee, and Trent Shelton. If you do not have a podcast, if you have an Apple phone, there's an app, and you just search those names, and you could just like subscribe to their little channel on the podcast and listen to them, or find them on YouTube. Some YouTube videos or training that I like, that some channels that I'm subscribed to is, of course, the one and only Jessica Villareal, Life with Jessica. Chloe Cox, hers is OG Boss Babes. Another superstar director is Christina Steinbrook. Another one is, she's currently our shining star, is Heather Gorch, if I said that name right. Jilly Sue is pretty good too. She has some good training. One that I'm like hooked on right now is Stacy Barn. Okay, go ahead. Behringer from Wickless Elite. That's how you could find her. And Jennifer Anderson. Those are like my mains right now. There's so many others. But the whole point is to get you listening to other trainings, feed your mind with these trainings and podcasts and books. It'll really make a difference. Another one is affirmations. We've always said, write a couple, 2 or 3 down on your mirror in your restroom or in your bedroom, or just have some Post-it notes of different affirmations like, bookings come easily to me. I am booking parties every day, or everyone is booking with me, or everyone is joining my team. I have a team full of rock stars. Saying these affirmations will actually really plant that into your head, and they will come to life. Like, it's like an imaginary thing that you're telling yourself. You know, like kids could have an imagination, so can we. So say these things to yourself and they will come to life. Let's see what else. Spend quality time with your family. Take a break, relax. I'm like, you know, I'm always with my kids, and they're just a headache. But it's good to take them, go on a walk with them, take them to the park, relax your mind, get away from the Scentsy, get away from your job, focus on your family, and do spend that time, because if not, it'll strain, maybe even a love relationship. You'll just kind of go south, and you don't want that to happen. So spend time with your loved ones, your family, make time for that. But don't use them as an excuse of why you can't work your business. Don't use them as an excuse of, I can't get on a call because I'm going on a date. Why'd you plan your date on a team call date? Just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, just know that it is good to take some time off for your family, but don't use them as an excuse of why you're not working your business. Recharge by doing something that brings you joy. I like drinking and going places, so that's my time for myself sometimes, or my family or my significant other, like just doing fun things. That's just kind of how I just check out. Practice gratitude, kindness, and speak positive affirmations. I shared the positive affirmations. Speaking gratitude or being kind, either to your customers, your team members, your upline, your downline, sending a sweet text like, hey girl, I see that you're doing this and this and that on Instagram, way to go. They don't have to be in your team. They could be in your circle. Or, hey girl, you look great. I see you've been doing some cardio. So if y'all want to send that message to me, I'm open for it, okay? So just something kindness and sharing that love within your team, within your Scentsy family, even within your family. So doing that, that's self-care. Anything you would like to ask? Add on to that, Jessica?
Nope, you hit it. I'll say this. This is something that Heather Earl, our superstar director, always says, and it's so true. I heard this probably at her first meeting I ever went to, and I guess I didn't understand it then, but it's so true. Self-care, I'm going to tell you, I've learned this over so many years. If you are not good yourself, you cannot feed into your team, into your customers, into your family, into your kids. Like, if you do not put yourself first, you're gonna always struggle. You know, like when you're in an airplane and they always tell you, and I think Lucy, because we're always usually sitting beside each other, and well, we already got to the point we don't even listen because we know what they say, but they tell you, if the plane goes down, you got to put your mask on first before you can go and help somebody else. And it's so true. Like, you got to make sure you're good before you can, filter into anybody else.
True. And her training topic on that was being a better you, being a better Scentsy consultant, being a better leader, being a better mom, being a better wife, being a better daughter, sister, whatever. So it's very important to take care of you, because without you, you won't even have this business. Without you, your kids wouldn't be here. Without you, things probably wouldn't function in your household. So take care of yourself. It is very important. I learned it the hard way. And I'm still learning as I'm trying to be a better me. I'm so quick to give and give and give to others and not myself, where I drain myself out. A lot of people, and I know I do, say that I have a good heart. And sometimes at night when I'm crying behind closed doors and praying because of how good my heart is, sometimes I'm like, man, this is a curse. Like, crap, I'm tired of this and fed up with this. But I mean, like, you just keep on trying to be a better person, trying to be a better you. So if you do not take care of yourself, you will have days where you're just like, I'm done. Fuck the world, I'm done. And you don't want to get to that point. All right, so that's self-care. We are going to go into the first leg of the little stool that we didn't even get to pull up, but we'll share it on our team pages.
Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't letting me share my screen. Go ahead, I'll try again in a minute, but go ahead.
So on sales, all right, I'm gonna just quote with this and probably finish with this quote. You cannot skip any steps. All right, just kind of put that in your brains for a little bit, because we'll close with it and you'll probably hear that several times throughout the call. So for sales, of course, number one, we're a party-based business. We have to have some kind of party going on in order for our business to keep afloat, to go around and around, to gain customers, to gain sales, to gain team members. We have to have parties, whether they're bag parties. Right now we can't do home parties, but we can do online Facebook parties. That is like the number one way to party right now. I shared an album on my team page of different flyers for online parties. I know Jessica also has like a group that she kind of invited her team to. I think it's on my group team page too, of different albums of images that you could post on your online party. I will say this, Jessica right now is like booming with these parties, Facebook parties. I've only had 2 this past month, and I have 2 scheduled for this month, but I'm working on that. However, going live is the thing to do right now on online parties. Just sharing these images that we share with y'all, or the album we created, and just posting them, you're not going to get any sales that way. All right, you have to go live. You have to introduce yourself. You have to show the product. Have a small display. Does not have to be a huge display like mine and Jessica's. Just have, even if it's just your kit, have that set up on the table to share. Okay, that is your thing. Sorry, number one rule was not have loud noise and kids in the background, and there goes Bubba. Okay, events, we cannot do events right now either, but again, you could have a Facebook party. I will say that I doing it in a group, and I know Jessica has preached to us and showed us all the things of creating it in a group, not an event. Here's why you don't want to create an event on Facebook. Only the people that click going will see your live, will see what you post. If they didn't click going and you invited 500 people, guess what? Them 500 people don't know what the heck you're posting because they didn't click going. So if you create a group instead of a event, you probably have more chance of selling or booking more parties from that party. So if you are not familiar with online Facebook, I'm not going to go more into detail with it. We've trained so many. We also have a training that was a long training, good information that Jessica did her whole display of. And if you want to go watch that, go check out one of the Zoom recordings on the Team No Limit. It's on there. Another way is customer follow-up. Again, I probably 2 or 3 weeks ago did a Zoom call on customer follow-up where myself and Marissa kind of shared. You have to have systems for these things. You have to have a system for following up with your customers. Another thing that's right now where you get all your sales from is Scentsy Club. Make sure you're sharing that. Make sure you are creating images. Some couple of apps that we like to use is Canva, WordSwag, PhotoFly. There's different apps that you create, you know, different flyers that you can. There's also a flyer page for Scentsy group page that they have created, and they make great images. If you don't want to invent the wheel, or if you're not creative like myself, you could, they post those and you could share them, put your information on them. Another thing that was shared on our team page by Jessica was the QR codes, and those are so huge right now. You could create different codes to go to different links, like your Scentsy Club off of your workstation. I mean, your PWS. You could send them straight to your PWS. You could send them to your phone number, like so they could send you a text. You can send them to your Instagram, your Facebook, any social medias that you have. And you want these people to follow you on social media because you want to be posting stories and your post, of course, of images and trying to share our products that we have. Not just images, but with you in them, you showing actually doing something with the product. An example, me, I spray my bed every morning with the Scentsy Fresh. I hadn't done that in 2 weeks, and well, 3 weeks. And yesterday I did it, and I had 4 people inbox me. Oh my God, we missed you. We missed this video. We miss you spraying your bed. And what scent are you having now? Or what scent is that now? And like people look forward to those little videos of you doing things like that. And again, they buy. It's not a huge product to sell because it's, a couple dollars, but still, if you have 10 people buying that product, that's over $100. So my point is, you have to sell. Your first week of the month, like right now, we're in the first week, and all those people that hit top 10 in PRV of sales right now, they're on the right track. Because you have to sell, you have to focus on selling before anything. You have to focus on getting that $2,000 PRV every month. The $200, I've said it so many times, and I'm sorry if you just sell $200, but dude, Come on. Why do you want to make $30? Why are you here? I'm just saying. I'm sorry. Yes, we have hobbyists. Well, you shouldn't be on the call if you're a hobbyist, number one. I'm sorry. If you're on the call because you want this to be a business. And if you want this to be a business, you need to be selling your you need to be selling, okay? You need to sell $2,000 a month, period. No excuses. And the way to get those $2,000 is all the things that I mentioned: bag parties, online parties. That is the only way, dude, that y'all are gonna build your customer base. And behind that is sharing all the things that Scentsy already has us set up for. The whiff boxes, the Scentsy Club, amazing freaking products, amazing new freaking products. And then if you don't own a product, if you don't have at least 4 warmers, I don't care if you're in a 1-bedroom apartment, you should have 4 products: a fragrance flower, your warmers. You should have at least 2 warmers. I have 17, don't judge me. But my point is, if you're not using these products, how are you sharing them? You're not going to sell crap if you don't use the product. Use our lotion, use our body wash, use our counter cleaner, use our Scentsy spray. That's where you need to start. You do not need to go and make all these fancy samples, buy all this extra crap, and I'm sorry, but that's pointless right now. When you join, you should be focused on getting to certified. And throughout that process of getting to certified, we break it down. When I say we, Scentsy breaks it down for us. Sell 500 in your 15 days. Get your shooting star. Purchase your shooting star. That's another 200 on top of the 500. That's 700. Have an online party. That should get you the rest to get to your $1,000 to promote to certified consultant. If you're essential and if you're an essential consultant, or let me just say like this, all of us are an essential consultant on day 1 of the month. If we're not up at 4 in the morning putting pre-sales, pre-orders from our pre-sales that we collected. If you're sitting at 0, all of us, superstar directors, your star directors, are an essential consultant on day 1 of the month, because we all start at 0. So we should not be making, yes, front load your month. I'm not saying that. If you're a planner and if you already have your sales together and you already have your parties booked, mail your sampling or making sample bags that first week or whatever, but make sure you're having PRV. That should be your number 1. Don't go to buy all this other nonsense. Shit, I'm sorry, but buy product. Buy you some freaking product and fall in love with it and share the crap out of it. Don't share what you're buying at all these other stores and you're giving them your money. Buy something from your own business and put that money back into your pocket and share the product with your customers, because that is the only way that you're going to be able to sell something, is by you using it, you sharing that experience. So your first week of the month, your first couple days of the month should just be focused on selling. Sell. There's no matter what title you're at, like I told you, you just need to focus on having that 2 times 2, which is 2,000 in PRV. And then you focus on your recruiting the second week. And you're going to focus on recruiting in your month. And you're going to get recruits if you're out there sharing the product. You're going to get people eyeballing you and like, oh, this girl is on fire. She's sharing this product that everybody and their mama wants to buy. And she's using it, and oh my gosh, she's spraying her bed. I bet her bed smells good. Let me buy some of that. Heck, let me join, because obviously she's making money, because I see her posting Scentsy every day. She must love what she does. Let me join her. The recruits are going to come, but your sales come first. Then, you know, you work on your recruiting the rest of the, you know, month, the following week. But again, on the 4th week, guess what you're going to be doing? Focusing yourself back on your sales, because you want to make sure you close the month out with $2,000. In the comments, I don't want leaders to answer this. In the comments, I want you to tell me, if you sell $2,000 a month, in a month, and you don't have a team or anyone under you, tell me how much you get. How much is your check going to be? Put it in the chat. I just want people to be clear on, okay, Kim, I said no leaders. I'm just kidding. But
I thought you meant directors.
Girl, you as a director, okay?
I'm in training.
But yes, $600. Why the freak are you gonna leave $600 on the table?
And let me, because y'all know I'm a numbers person. Let me even go further than that, because technically it's $725, because you get a percentage for a bonus for your PWV. If you're a numbers person and you know that, you not only get 600, you get another 125 because you get a bonus off of that PWV. So, dude, 2,000 is the way to go.
And let me just go back to when I said we all start at 0, we all start at Essential Consultant at the beginning of the month. Do not recruit until you're at $1,000 in PRV. If you're a brand new consultant, let me tell you this, don't recruit right now until you hit $1,000 in your lifetime to promote to a certified consultant. You have no business recruiting. I'm sorry. You have no business trying to make cute stops at the store and make all these cute gift bags, and all that's going to come within time. Trust me. But don't go off spending money with other companies and not your own. If you want to go buy all these other little things, spend it on the product so you could make you a display. Have the product on hand, add to your basket parties. Let a friend or a family member borrow a warmer for a couple of days. Invest in your own business before you go spend money elsewhere. Get to $1,000 in PRV before you want to try to recruit. Get to certified consultant before you start building a team. We may have if you've been in Scentsy for a couple of years, we probably trained it in a different way of getting 500. No, I'm sorry. We don't have time for that right now. We don't need to be just at 500. I'm sorry. You just not, $200 is just, why waste your time? Why? Believe in yourself. Take care of yourself and work on sales. A lot of people say, I'm not a salesperson. Bull crap. You don't have to be a salesperson to do what we're doing, but you do need to share something that you love, and you wouldn't be on this call if that wasn't it. You're on this call because you want to make some extra money. You want to earn a trip. You want to have financial freedom. You want to have a better lifestyle for your family. $200 is not going to get you there. $500 is not going to get you there. 500 is great, but it's not going to get you to earning incentive points. It's not going to get you a good big fat check. So focus on your sales, focus on your PRV. When you first join, again, your main goal is shooting star in the first 15 days. So that should be your main goal on day one, no matter what title you are. Train your brain to just start all that all over again every month. let's see. I gotta read my notes because I'm gonna make sure I didn't forget about anything. And that's just it, guys. Quit doing all that extra stuff before if you don't have sales, if you're not sitting at $1,000 your first week. I'm not saying quit. Please don't like get off this call and quit your Scentsy business tonight because you think that that's impossible. It's not impossible, guys. It's not. There's times where, well, there was times where I didn't have my sales goal to get paid at title on the last day of the month when, you know, I was having a hard month family-wise, right? And in 3 hours, I'm like, shh, Jessica, I already got my sales goal in 3 hours. And all month long, I didn't do crap. I mean, this was early on in our business, but I'm like, what the heck? It's when people tell me it's impossible to do this, or I can't, or nobody's buying. Well, what are you doing? What are you doing that nobody's buying from you? Because I could tell you what you're not doing. You're not sharing. You're not having online Facebook parties. You're not having basket parties. You're not letting people borrow products to use for a couple days. You're out at the store shopping to like give things away and do I don't know what. You're putting money in someone else's pocket except your own. Build your inventory if you want to go and spend money. And I'm not saying just let these things sit on the shelf and collect dust. Put them to work. Use them. Fall in love with the product so you'll be able to know how to share them. So income producing activities, your first week will get you some sales. And I'm going to bow down because I'm done with mine. Go on, Jessica Villareal.
Lord. Okay. Can y'all hear me? My computer's saying something real funny. I don't know. Okay. So, okay. So I took a lot of notes. The next step, to making sure you have a strong foundation to your store, is sponsoring. Okay. I hear it all the time. But first I'm going to say that this is like my area. This has always been my strength. But that has changed. It's my strength, but I am now a well-rounded consultant. I am so proud of myself. When I tell you I can count on one hand prior to this year, the number of times I ever hit a $2,000 month. So I ain't trying to hear you say I can't sell 2,000. I can't sell 2,000 because for probably about 8 years, I said I can't sell 2,000 more than one time in a year or 2 years because it literally, I probably hit it 3 times. That was it. Not going to recruit my butt off because that was my passion. But as you learn, and what I'm going to tell you right now, like Lucy said, you better take notes because this is golden, dude, like legit golden. And we are transparent with you guys so that you don't make the same mistakes we've made over all these years. So like I said, sponsoring is my jam. It's always been my passion since day one. It's what I always go to. If you're on my team, you know, for 7 years, I trained heavy that you lead with the opportunity and you default on the product. I trained that. I dug it into my team's probably subconscious mind, and my team grew, boom, like that. Like before I knew it, I had a team of 100. Like I don't even think we were 5-6 months in, and I had a team of 100. That was great. But let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you why I changed my mind on that. Although that's great, and like I said, I've taught my team that forever. But guys, in this store, you cannot skip steps. What Lucy told you, you absolutely cannot. And let me tell you why. Because sales is the gateway to a successful business. It is the absolute gateway to a successful business. And a business that is going to gain momentum and not just flatline. Okay. You can't skip the steps. It's sales. You know, I'm going to show you the picture because I know if you're visual like me, you probably don't understand what we're saying. But the stool is the top. So what you're going to sit on, right? And the 3 legs are sales, sponsoring, and coaching. Like we just said, sales are your gateway to a successful business. So many consultants tell me, and this has been something, and I'm going to tell you why I was successful with being a big recruiter and not a high salesperson, but I'm going to tell you why I'm even going to be a better, well-rounded consultant now because I changed my mind. I changed my perspective on it. I hear all the time, I can't recruit. I can't recruit. I can't recruit. Okay. But if sharing the opportunity does not come easy to you, then you for sure have to be hitting $2,000 a month. If you can't count in the past 2 months, at least one person that you recruited, there's a problem. And you have to go back and look at that problem. And I'm going to tell you off the muscle what the problem is. You're not hitting $2,000 in sales. That is the problem. Okay. You know why I was semi-successful in the beginning with recruiting? Because I had a fast start. If you had a hell of a fast start, you're going to be successful because you're going to grow a team. Your team's going to start doing all the things. You're going to have more production, and that is automatically going to push you up the ladder, right? But let me tell you something. In the Scentsy world, our compensation plan, I don't care if you're a superstar director. You could have a director making more money than you, being even though you're at a superstar director, because in this business, you don't get that luxury to sit back and Cadillac and not do anything and still get paid. You got to work. And if you don't continue recruiting, your business is going to die. I hate to tell you that, but if you're trying to build a big organization and become a director and above, you got to recruit. You cannot sit back and think you're going to do nothing. And a title doesn't mean nothing if you ain't getting paid at it. I mean, it just doesn't. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that even at superstar director, I mean, they're not, because they stop selling 2K and they stop recruiting. Your business will flatline, I promise you. But the reason I was successful early on, even though I did not hit $2,000 months, but let me tell you what happened. I had a hell of a start. I was gone. Then I kind of maintained. I still grew. I never was in director Q. I always hit my numbers. You know why? Because I built wide. I have about right now 50 something frontline. That is why my business stayed afloat. But if I wouldn't have had that, I would have struggled. I would have been in Q. I would not have hit my numbers, and it just would have been hard, right? So the sponsoring is going to happen if you're hitting 2K a month. Now, and I'm going to be honest with you. Again, sometimes Jessica will speak something you don't want to hear, but it's because it touches you and you probably need to hear it. If you are a person that's selling $2,000 a month and you're not recruiting, that's a problem. And I'm going to tell you why. It's one of 2 things. One, it's a skill issue. So you're taking all the orders, but you just don't know how to convey the opportunity to somebody. And if that is an issue, for one, your leader should have already reached out to you and told you that, because a high producer like that is definitely someone that needs to be helped so that they can reach that, right? Now, if your director has already reached out to you and you still choose not to do that, thanks, Francisca. If your director or your leader has already reached out to you, but you're not doing that, I hate to tell you, but the second option is that you're selfish and you're not giving that opportunity to somebody else. You want all those orders for yourself. And that's great. You may have that $600, $725 paycheck, but again, long term, you ain't gonna get your director and you're not gonna stay there. So I want you to really think about that, because there's a lot of people I hear, and it's usually when they're early on in their business. I'm not trying to give that girl my sales because I need them. I need those sales. No. If I would not have flipped every one of my, I would have probably hit 2K for my whole first year. But guess what I did? I gave that $500 party to somebody else because I knew in the long run, I wanted to build a business that was going to pay me $10,000 a month, $5,000 a month. And I needed I needed an army. That's what I wanted. That was my mindset. And I wanted to change lives. I knew the success that I was having, how I was feeling, how it changed me. And I wanted that for other people. If you don't have that, recruiting is going to be so difficult because you're being selfish and you don't care about the other person. And yes, again, there's several people that get into a leadership position and they really don't care about their team. They don't coach their team. They don't reach out to their team. And that's okay if that is what you want to do. But I'm going to be totally honest with you. And again, this may feel like some people may like, I don't like that, but it's the truth. If you are a leader and you are not showing your team the way, you may be a director for a while, but you ain't going to keep that title. You're just not. Because leadership is servantship. It is helping your team. It is reaching out to them. And that is how you create more people that want to join you, because you attract those people, because you are genuinely caring about how this business is going to help somebody else. If you're just worried about, I need to get another recruit because we're in incentive period and I need to take my kids to Disney World, maybe you might hit it, but you're not going to maintain and have a successful business and eventually become a superstar director. It ain't going to happen. Okay? So, sponsoring. My biggest takeaway from sponsoring, I'm not going to get into the ways and how, but my biggest takeaway to make your leg strong, where sponsoring doesn't seem like you're pulling teeth from somebody, is to have a big funnel. And I'm going to give you, if you're a visual person, when I paid to go to this online mastermind thing and I learned this and it changed my mind and it changed my perspective about sales. Let me show you something. Okay. I ain't even touching $200 people here. I'm sorry. Those are hobbyists, so I'm not even going to think they're on the call because they ain't, what do they want to train for? They're just going to buy for themselves. So I ain't even speaking to those people right now. I'm speaking to those that sell $500 a month. I was that person for 8 years, 5 to 1,000. I was that person. So I'm not just calling you out because I've been a 2K plus for 8 years. No, I'm telling you because I know. $500 a month. That's great. You get your leadership pay if you have a team, but you're not building momentum. You're not going to be a superstar director getting $500 a month. And maybe you might get there because you recruit a lot of people that you end up having rock stars on your team that are going to take you there, but you're not going to be getting paid as superstar director. Just know that, okay? So $500 a month. Let's say on average, maybe you have 6 customers, right? That's 6 customers that are going to get you those $500. I want you to look at your 6 people right here. Look how big your funnel is, okay? And then you got people saying, I can't recruit. You only had 6 people. Do you know what the ratio is to join conversations to one person joining? 10 to 1. This is the ratio, okay? 10 to 1. 10 people that you talk to, 1 person is going to be interested in the opportunity. Those are the numbers and they don't lie. You are at 6. You ain't even going to yield 1 recruit because your funnel's not big enough. There's your answer. If you're not even hitting 500, your answer is clear. Can't be any clearer. 10 to 1, you're at 6 at 0. You ain't going to recruit nobody. Okay? But now I want you to think about that person that's doing $2,000 a month. Look at their 20 customers they got from that $2,000 a month. Look at your funnel, way bigger. That equals more people. The ratio again is 10 to 1. You talk to 10 people, you're going to find one person that's going to be interested in joining. So there goes your 2 by 2. If you're not doing this 2,000 and you're sitting here asking, or even 1,000, yes, Kim, I love the funnel vision. When I saw this presented at a mastermind, it was mind blowing. And I'm like, sales ain't that important. And then I see this, I'm like, well, dang, no wonder why you ain't recruiting nobody in the past 2 months. But it is. Our ratio is 10 to 1. And if you are not talking to 10 people, you're talking to less than 10 people a month about the opportunity, you're not going to get it. And let's touch on that too, that person that maybe somebody tells me, Jessica, I am selling 2,000, but I'm not recruiting. Okay. Again, I said, you have to have those joint conversations. If all you're doing is taking these people's money and you're giving them their order with no joint information, with no flyer, with no, hey, here's my QR code, go check out the opportunity. If no conversations of like, hey girl, have you ever thought about possibly joining? Like, oh girl, you had a $500 party. It's crazy if you don't use our Earn a Kit host exclusive and join. If you're not having those conversations, then guess what? That 10, all it equals is money for right now. But if you're not having those conversations, you're still at 0 conversations and you're still going to be at 0 recruits. You got to have the conversations and you got to tell these people about how this business is working in your life. Okay. So I hope that helped you guys to see the difference between a $200 person, a $500 person, and a 2K person. So if I were to ask you right now, how many people have you recruited in the past 2 months? I'm going to tell you, which I still can't even believe, but I'm so damn excited for myself. I have hit over 2K for 4 months in a row. Somebody that in 8 years only hit it 3 times. But you know what I told myself? It's time out for the excuses. I can't do it no more. You tripping. There's other people out here that are directors and superstar consultants out here hitting 2K plus. What's your problem? You know what it is? It's a skill versus will. And it means you got the skill, but you ain't willing to put in the work. You're not. Absolutely not. And that was my problem. You want to hit 2K? There's no secret combination. There's no magic stick. There's no nothing. It's putting in the work. It's putting in the will. It's planning it. It's hitting those numbers every single week. It's not wishing and hoping that maybe by the end of the month, the last day of the month, I'm going to try to reach out to my same 20 tired customers because they're tired of hearing from you and they don't buy. Okay. So your funnel has to be bigger for you to get more people in there. Okay. That is sponsoring. Sponsoring comes easy to me. And it's even easier now. Like, okay, so I am currently, and we are 3 months and 1 week. Okay. 3 months and 1 week. Like, this don't even add up together. Like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 72. I'm $8,200 in for annual sales. $8,200 in. We need $30,000 for the 12 months. We're only at literally 3 months and not even a full week. When you change your perspective, that's when the magic happens. No joke. Okay. So my next thing is, I want you in, and let me tell you this, because I can only go back to my experiences, right? I can't speak on anybody else's experience but my own. Now, again, sales is the gateway to fixing any issue in your business. If I hear somebody tell me I can't sell, guess what? You're going to have to go try to find new ways because your old ones are not working. You got to find new ways. I can't get any bookings. Guess what? You got to go get more sales. And you can't stop at the sale, because if you're stopping at the sale, you're never going to get more bookings ever. Every single person that comes to me right now, if they buy something from me, I don't care if it's $30. I ask them, have you ever thought about earning $75 free in 3 half price items? It's super easy. I do all the work. You bring the people. Do you want me to show you how? I have 5 parties already booked for the August. I'm literally at $1,200 in sales, and my party hasn't closed tomorrow. It's real, okay? People tell me I can't recruit. Guess what? More sales. More sales leads to more parties. It's going to lead to more recruits. It's just the natural process. And I'm going to be honest with you. Before, everything you do and what your team sees you do, your team is going to follow suit. I promise you. The times that I am booming, my team is right there with me. And the times that I do absolutely nothing, my team follows suit. It is what it is. If you take away anything and you have team members, take away that. What you do and what you lead with and how you train is exactly how they're going to go train. So you know how my team trained forever? They trained recruit. But they were hitting $500 in sales, because that's what Jessica hit, $500 to $1,000. That's what I trained on. I said lead with the opportunity, default on the product, right? But let me tell you why that is a mistake. And you cannot skip steps, because what good, I want you to really think about this. What good does it do for you to recruit 4 people a month, right? But those people don't do anything. They do nothing, because you're so worried about chasing just that one sale, and that's what you're showing them. And you're so busy about jumping to recruiting, but these people are not producing, right? So you're sitting here wondering why you can't hit your director numbers every single month, or why you cannot hit title every single month. Is because your team is doing the minimums. That's why. And you got to ask yourself, are you doing the minimums? Is that what you've been training your team to do? Because if it is, it's a straight reflection of your leadership. It is. So now I'm going to be totally honest with you. And I don't know if any of my new recruits are on, but the last 2 new recruits, they certified. I have had 7 shooting star trainer awards in the past 2 months. 2 months. You know why? Because I tell them that, and again, I'm excited that they're getting on the calls, right? I'm excited that they're going to groups and looking at things. But when they get sidetracked and they tell me, oh, how do I go to the consultant store? How can I buy that? Oh, where can I buy those cute labels that you made? But I want to buy them. Or where can I go? I went to, Michael's, to the dollar section to go do, I ain't trying to hear none of that. Especially if you ain't hit 500 and you haven't hit certified. I don't have anything to talk about if you have not hit those. I'm not going to talk about samples. I'm not going to talk about the cutesy bags and the Etsy stuff. I'm not talking about all that until you hit shooting star or certified. I'm not going to talk about it, because let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to get burnt out. You're going to recruit all the people. If you're a big recruiter like I was, right? You're going to have these people that are going to come on. They're going to do the pure minimums, or they do absolutely nothing. And guess what? That does nothing for you, because you're wasting your time trying to get these people started because you're so excited about getting a new recruit. But guess what? A new recruit gives you 0 in your pocket. Production gives you money, okay? Production helps your team member move up and helps you move up. But if all they're worried about is the extra fluff stuff, you can't do it. You're not going to have a successful new consultant. So now, I don't even talk about that. Like, Yes, girl, those samples were like fire. But guess what? Let's refocus and get back to shooting star. Let's refocus and get back to certified. Once you hit certified, we can talk about how you're going to get that next person that you have a party for to join, and we're going to flip you to lead. And then we're going to talk about all that cutesy stuff later once you hit lead. But right now, there's no time for that. It's not important because you're going to lose more money than you're making. So that is the way I train now. And I'm going to be honest with you, the numbers don't lie. I had 7 shooting star trainer awards. Then that means what I'm doing makes sense. Okay. And the last one. Basically with sponsoring, 2K is going to yield you more people. You've seen that with the funnel. You've seen that with the numbers. Numbers don't lie, and it's the truth. The last one is my favorite. And I'm going to look at this picture I'm looking at the stool. So first and foremost, again, I'm going to say this because I feel like it needs to be said. If you are recruiting people and you are having those people come on board and you are doing nothing to train those people, you expect those people to go to the workstation by themselves and you expect them to hit level 3 of sensational start. No. If you're recruiting the people and you are not even leading them to the first things first checklist, no. If you are not helping them with their launch party to get to certified, don't recruit. Because you're wasting your time, you're wasting their time and your energy, okay? And somebody as another extra number on your team is not gonna do anything for you or for them. If you say, well, I don't wanna do all that, I don't got time for that, okay, totally fine. We love you and we still want you to be here. But what I'm gonna tell you is take a non-leadership role. Tell Scentsy, you don't wanna be a leader. Because it is not fair for your new team member to come on board and not be given the best opportunity to succeed and hit their goals. It is absolutely not fair. And let me tell you what else is not fair. And maybe this may tickle some, but I'm sorry because it's the truth. It is not fair that your director or leader has to pick up your slack because you do absolutely nothing, but you're still getting paid for that. Not fair. Not cool. All the way around. Whether it's your personal team member, whether it's your second or third level down, still not fair. And guess what? But amazing leaders and leaders that lead with the heart, they're going to pick up that slack and not complain about it, but it is definitely not cool. It would be better for you to be real and email Scentsy and tell them, I just want to sell and get my check. That's it. I don't want to lead. So that those people can get leadership that they need. It is what it is. If you are not starting your new team members off to have the best chance to be successful, you might as well not recruit. I mean, it's legit being totally honest. And what we have learned year over year over year. So coaching. Again, the first thing that I'm going to tell you is if you are a star and above, so what happens when someone takes a non-leadership role? Do their recruits roll up? Yes, they roll up. And they don't get paid leadership bonus for those. They basically will get paid off of their PRV. You always come on here on fire. Girl, these are like 2 of my most passionate areas of the business. But first of all, if you are a lead and above, do you understand you're a leader? The minute you get your first team member, you're a leader. You don't have to have the lead title. You recruit one person, you have the obligation in that little Scentsy agreement that you sign as a consultant to help that person. I ain't saying hold their hand and give them everything on a silver platter. That's not what I'm saying. But you have an obligation to coach them. And it is not your director's obligation. So many people think, oh, well, let the director do it. No, don't recruit, because it's not fair. It's absolutely not fair. Okay, so if you're recruiting from day one, there is a ton of them out there. And if you still can't find them, text message your sponsor or your leader and tell them, can you point me in the right direction? Go find a system. Guys, you're going to hear us come back to this over and over and over and over again. As you go up the ladder, and if you're someone that is wanting to build a big organization and make this be a true business, you're going to have systems in order, because you are going to burn out. You're not going to be able to keep it all together. You're going to lose it. You're not going to know if you're going left, if you're going right. You're going to miss things. People are going to fall through the cracks. We have been there and it's happened to us. That is why we're telling you guys this. Get a system for your new team members. That is definitely one of the trainings that we are coming up on. And all of this, once we share this graphic with you, every single one of the trainings for the rest of the year is focused on these 3 legs. Literally. Create a system. I don't care what system. Find one that works for you. But find a system that you can use, a method that you can use, and make it happen. A system is not a system unless it's being used. You can say you got a system. You can say, like me and Lucy have said it before, we got all of our systems written out. We got them in a Word document. But if you're not using them, it's not a working system. You got to use them for them to work, okay? So don't be like it took us a lot of years, but don't do that. Start early.
It took us a decade, let's be honest, but yeah.
Let's see. I'll answer some of those in a minute. Use a coaching system. I'm going to tell you, if you are a star and above and you have not, if you're a star in, I know, Lucy's organization and my organization, or our direct teams, I know you know about Coach the Coach through Chloe Cox. We have shared it. I've done incentives on it if you're a star and above, because it is a fire training. And if you have not watched that and you're a star and above and you're on my team, don't tell me you haven't watched it. Lie to me.
What did Kim say that one day? Go make a TikTok.
I'm like, lie to me. Just don't tell me. Create videos to train your team. Guys, do you know that when I started my YouTube channel, I have like close to 4,000 subscribers or more. I haven't even been on there. And that's because I haven't made a video in the past year. Okay. When I first made my YouTube channel, I didn't make my YouTube channel for the world. You know why I made the YouTube channel? Because I was a video person and I was having so many new people and I didn't know how to keep up. Like 5 people are asking me the same question. I don't know. I can't respond to each one of them, right? It was happening so fast. So I said, you know what? 5 people done asked me about this. I'm going to make a video on it. So I made the video on my phone and I tried to upload it to our Facebook group. If you know how that happens, it takes forever for a video to upload. So I had to find a platform that would hold the video so I could share the link. That's when I researched, came up on YouTube. So I started making these videos to train my team because it was growing so fast. They were all having the same questions. And guess what? Lo and behold, though, I guess in me, I wasn't worried about the world or recruiting. I was worried about helping my team, right? Put out video. I have over 200 videos on there, video after video after video. And guess what? I can probably count 30 people in my whole years with Scentsy that I recruited from YouTube. Dude, make videos. If there's something that your team member has asked you over and over about, we all got smartphones. Pull it out. Make a quick 2 to 5 minute video on explaining so that you can touch everybody at once and it is there forever. You make it once, you can share it for years to come. It is the best way. Challenge your downline to hit and exceed their goals. You guys see that with us all the time. We have 500 by the 15th before. Now we do 500 by the 7th. When we put different challenges out, when we reach out to you one-on-one because you're so close to a promotion and we're trying to help you get a plan to get you there. Connect with your team, give incentives. If you're a leader, leading above, we just had a reports training, and we showed you every way that you can go run a report, create a report, so that you're able to dig into your teams and find who are your movers and shakers, who are your leaders, and how you can reach out to them and coach them. If you didn't watch it, that's on you, but we made it and it's there. And last but not least, guys, and I think it's one graphic that I just made a while ago. Iron sharpens iron. And that's so true. If you're sitting there preaching to somebody about being fired, about selling $2,000 a month, about recruiting two people a month, you better be leading by example and doing the same. Don't ever ask your team to do something that you are not willing to do. Way back in the day, I was willing to push for 2,000. Heck yeah. But most of the time, I didn't get it. I think a big part of that was also because I recruited so many people. So I gave my parties away. I didn't care because I was recruiting and building a business. I wanted hundreds in my downline fast. So I was okay with that, right? But you can't be. So I think what was the graphic that I put? And it literally goes hand in hand with iron sharpens iron. You want to recruit rock stars. You want to recruit amazing team members. You want to recruit people of value. You got to become all that. Because you can't ask your team to be that if you over here half-stepping. You can't do it. Because it's just not cool. You can't expect your team to do something that you are not willing to do. And that honestly is coaching. There's systems and there's ways around it. I'm going to tell you, go watch Coach to Coach if you're a star or above. But at the end of the day, you got to lead by example. You got to be willing to get in the trenches with your team. You can't sit back, Cadillac, and say, oh, go sell $2,000. Oh, girl, go recruit 10 people. But I'm over here ain't told you that I barely hit 500. And I ain't recruited nobody in the past 3 months. That ain't a leader. That's just somebody that likes to talk. You got to lead the way and show the way. Don't talk about it. And that is coaching. That is creating a foundation that is so solid. Yeah, you're going to have ups and downs. Yes, you're going to have, peaks. You're going to have times that you're stuck in the valley. But guess what? If you're still building the momentum and you are hitting 2 by 2 or striving to hit 2 by 2, you have no way but up. But if you ain't striving for that, you're going to be rocky and you're going to struggle. And most of the time, those people give up. And that's why they're probably not here with us today. So does anybody have any questions? I know we're really over time, but. Oh,
there's a couple on the chat. Let me go back to Kim. I think Kim had asked a question about when someone takes a non-leadership role, do their recruits roll up to the non-leader sponsor?
Basically, yeah, because you don't get paid for them anymore. You just won't get that leadership bonus. But Scentsy pays it to somebody if their numbers coincide. So yeah, you won't. And I don't even know if Scentsy puts it as like they're still counted on you, but you don't get paid for them. I don't know exactly how that works, but I know at the end of the day, you ain't getting paid for them because you're choosing to only be a consultant of one, basically.
So you're saying, Jessica, that they can email Scentsy and say what again?
They want a non-leadership role.
Okay.
So if someone accidentally joins under them, they're applying, or like their sponsors will basically get paid for them since they took that non-leadership role.
Mhm.
Mm.
And at the end of the day, if they're already a consultant now and they haven't took that non-leadership role with Scentsy, I mean, number one, you're in the wrong business. I don't know why you're here. But number two is they could they're gonna roll up to the one above anyways, because they're not gonna last in this business. If they're hobbyists, you know, maybe that's one of the reasons why, but they'll probably get tired of being a hobbyist and just drop. So whatever team members they have under them will roll up.
I'm gonna address Karina's question. She said in the chat, I try to help the one I recruited but never get feedback. Last I got back was they wanted to give up. I told her I was there for her and had links to help, and the workstation is there. Not sure how I can help her if she doesn't seem like she wants it. So first and foremost, I'm gonna tell you, if they don't want it, there ain't nothing you can do. You can give them the world. You can go take a $500 party for them. You can do their launch party. They don't want it. It's not going to matter. Guess what? The best advice I can give you, go find more people. That's it. That's it. You cannot want it more for them than they want it for themselves.
True story. I had one text yesterday. It just takes too long to place the orders. I just don't know how to do it. I offered to walk you through it. I sent you a link of how to from the workstation. You're not on the calls. You just asked a question that the answer's literally on the first post of the team page. Like, there's just people who don't want it, and we can't go and choke them and force them to it.
Yeah. And we've been those, we've done that. And I'm gonna tell you, do you know how much time and energy we put in trying to revive a team member that does not want to be revived? Like, you're going to burn yourself out and you're gonna say, screw this, it ain't for me, I'm done. You cannot revive someone that just doesn't want to be revived. Again, the best thing on that is just go find new team members. New team members is always a way to create momentum. When you have new blood, that's what we say. We don't mean like we're gonna like cut y'all and you got blood dripping everywhere, but new blood means new excitement. It's new people that step up to the plate, and sometimes us veterans that get comfortable and we get set in our ways. We see somebody running, and if you're anything like me and Lucy and a lot of the leaders, like, you know, I mean, that's just anybody, human nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you see somebody else going, you know, there's two people. You're gonna be like, oh, I can't do it. And you're gonna sit back, or you're gonna have that person like, dang, this girl's running, I gotta go. You know what I mean? I gotta run with her. So when you have that and you bring that to your team or organization or whatever, it brings momentum for everybody. Like, I think the last 4 months shows that. When we have grown and had so many new people, I mean, man, I look back at, I think May, I had over, I think 19 promotions, but it was all the new blood. It was all the new people that were excited. They were hungry. They wanted it. And that makes other people step up to the plate and be like, girl, you about to get left behind. You better get to running. You know what I'm saying? Like, so new people is always a good thing. Anybody else? Nope. Alrighty, guys. You got anything else, Lucy?
No, I think someone keeps trying to come in, but then they step back. I'm good. I think everything was A+. Did someone have a question? I keep hearing someone try to get on, and
Let me try one more time while we're waiting to see. Can y'all see my
there it
screen?
is. Yeah.
Okay, good. we'll post this on the page too, but at the last of the call, Lord Jesus. So this is the 3 legs, and we'll post this image. This, again, you got to give credit where credit is due. Chloe Cox and her husband, Justin Cox. I mean, this is a phenomenal training, It is, if you guys, some of the older consultants that have been around with us for a while, if you, I don't even know what SFR it was, were able to attend the SFR where Orville's keynote was about the 4 chords, this is literally pretty much what that is, because the 4 chords were sales, sponsoring, and teaching your team to do the same, and self-care. So it's a little bit in the same token, but I really love this visual because you're able to see. If you're missing one of those, you're going to have a wobbly stool. And if you're trying to create a solid foundation for your business, you have to become a well-rounded consultant, because before, I would have done cracked and fell because this right here was not happening. Now I can tell you that I feel way stronger in my business because my sales are coming, my recruits are coming, and I'm finding better systems to coach my team and to build more rock stars with less people and less effort, to be totally honest with you. I feel like I gave my team everything I had. I gave it to my team, and I put my business on the back burner, my personal business. And I use that as an excuse to some extent, but Lucy and I did so much training. Like, we were training fools, and we gave and gave and gave and gave. And if I can give you anything, advice to take, if you're struggling with that one leg like I did, you're gonna have to reevaluate your business. You have to understand your business comes first. Like, I ain't had, like, yeah, I get it. We have this, opportunity call coming up. We have these calls, but now that all of the directors are pitching in, and it's not just me having to do a call on every single Wednesday, it's giving me more of a window to work my business. And I'm going to be honest with you right now, my thought process is I can't sit here and help my team with all the questions if I didn't hit my PRV, because my business has to come first, and I have to build momentum and build an upward way in my business. I can't flatline again because I've done that already, and I ain't got time for it. I can't do that right now. Next year is going to be a decade in the game. And at that point, it's make or break. And you got to realize that if things are not working, you got to change them and walk away and be okay with it. Doesn't matter what anybody else says. Your business comes first, then your team is next. Remember that, because that was a freaking lesson we learned. So there's that if y'all want to take a screenshot, but if not, we'll put it on the page. I'm going to stop sharing now. All righty, guys. Well, I'm good.
I'm good too. Just remember, we have our opportunity call this Thursday. Well, tomorrow. Tomorrow. So.
At what time?
8:30.
8:30. Every call, 8:30. Every call is always at 8:30. So you guys don't get confused. Remember that. 8:30, 8:30, 8:30. All of them.
Did y'all post a link on that already?
No, but I'm gonna finish the banners like I did today, but Wednesday nights will always be my number and my link, and every other call will be Lucy's, just so you can know that. But Wednesday nights is my link. Every other call, opportunity, leadership call, if you are leading above, will be Lucy's. But we're gonna put those numbers on the banner.
So I have a question about the whole opportunity call. I hit up somebody and I was like, hey, how are you? Just thinking about you. There's this opportunity call and your name, I just thought of you because I know you were you seemed interested in the opportunity with Scentsy or whatnot.
Okay.
I think she's taking a picture. You see she's taking a picture?
Oh yeah, go ahead. You can still go.
I'm smiling because y'all catch me from doing something. And I'm like asleep. Sorry guys, because it's like 11. But I forgot.
So you told the person I thought about you, and what else?
Oh, yeah, I thought about you, opportunity call, and they asked me, what is an opportunity call? Did I do right? Because I want to know if I did right or not. I was like, so basically we're going to go a little bit more in depth about like joining Scentsy. Is that okay? I just left it there. I didn't want to be like word vomiting and everything. And I just kind of just said that. I was like, oh, we're just going to go more in depth, give you details about joining Scentsy and the business and stuff like that.
Well, number one, I'm proud that you reached out to someone already.
Yes.
I got to. I'm trying to level up.
She hit him up.
I
She
have
hit him
to.
up.
This
That's what she did. She hit him up. I love it, Patty.
This is my quote, and I literally wake up and I have to put it like throughout the whole call right now. I just kept thinking, Patricia, you have to make uncomfortable be your comfortable. Like, you know, like, cause I'm like, this is so uncomfortable, you know?
You need some affirmations. But let me add to what I was saying. You did good at reaching out. However, you need to take the word joining out of your statement or conversation or sentence.
Yeah.
Because that's where their fear will step in. It's like telling someone to join a gym. They're going to be like, what? No, why?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. I can't. I don't have time. Blah, blah, blah. So take the word joining out of that and replace it with other things like start your own Scentsy account or come on, leaders, give me some more because that's the main one I use.
This is what I mean. Do I sound like that? I hear an echo. I'm like, what?
I heard it too.
So what I will always say, I try to keep it as short and sweet as possible. And I'm a sucker for a gift. That's my love language. So I always say, and we used to do this back in the day, and we left it up to the consultant to do their thing. You know, we didn't make anybody give anything. But what I would always say is like, you know, let's say it's somebody that I've already had a conversation with, or that they've expressed they're on my dream team list, right? Whatever time during the whole time I've been a consultant, they're on my list. And I say, hey girl, I just thought of you. If you, again, we've already had a conversation before. Maybe I've never shared an opportunity for her to listen to any of this, but I would tell her, hey, what are you going to be doing Thursday night? You going to be open? Yes, no, whatever, why, what's up? I'm going to be like, well, you know, I thought about you because I've always thought you would be absolutely amazing at doing what I do. I want you to try to come on, quick call. Some of my friends are going to share their stories, what Scentsy has done for them. And if you stay on to the end, I'm going to give you a goodie. That's it. And we can share a word. I will share a word because anybody that I ask to get on, that's the way I'm going to tell them. And if they stay on to the end, I'm going to send them probably just some big samples.
Okay. I got a lot of scent circles. I'll give her a damn scent.
Yeah.
I can share what I'm sending out. I sent it to 3 people. It's kind of quirky, but so I sent a message and it literally said, you want to meet me on the moon? Just because our night is kind of moment of opportunity night. So they instantly were like, Ashley, what are you talking about? Meet me on the moon. Like,
love that.
And I was like, it's a moment of opportunity night. You know, a few Scentsy sisters are going to share their Scentsy experience, and I would love for you just to hear a little bit. It's going to take about 30 minutes, and I just wanted to see if you wanted to meet me on the moon. So that's what I'm doing just because I'm quirky.
That's cute though. It's unique. Like they know that's you, you know?
Yeah, and
I would have
it's
to kind of switch it up because they're gonna be like, "What are you talking about? Are you on drugs or something?" Like, because I'm not like that. So, but I like it though because it's you, you know.
I like
well,
it.
and
It's
that's why I sent it. And like I said, I only sent it to 3 girls. And like I said, I wanted it to be catchy so that way they would respond. So they would, because like I said, I wanted them to be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like I said, I wanted them
started it with the
like,
question.
huh?
I like how you started it with a question, like you asked them a question instead of like, you know, just saying, "Hey, we're having a call." You know, like you started it with a question to get their attention, like to ask, like not just to answer with yes or no, but to ask you, "What is that?" You know?
Yeah, like I said, literally most of them were like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like,
yeah,
I think 2 of them responded with that exactly.
awesome.
But yeah, that's what I'm sending out.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for advices. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
When I'm gonna let y'all go because I'm so tired.
Alrighty.
All right, you guys. Well, tomorrow, opportunity night, and next week, same time, same place.
Peace out.
All right.
No, guys.
Bye. Have a good night.